Marco Rubio is live today from Florida. Good morning to you and welcome to our program. We reached out to your opponents, by the way. We hope to get them on, but you get the first crack of the argument today. In Florida, there are 1 million Floridians looking for a job. What's your plan to help them find one?
Well, the important thing we have to start with is by reminding everybody that politicians don't create jobs. Jobs are created by everyday people from all walks of life that start a business or expand an existing business. The job of government is to create an environment where that's encouraged and made possible. And my argument is that the things that are coming out of Washington are making it harder for the job creations, are discouraging the job creators. And I think the policies that will help us put us on the right track is, number one, a level of certainty in our tax code. I mean, they should extend the 01 and 03 tax cuts. In fact, they should make them permanent. Just the fact that we're having a debate about it is discouraging the job creators. I think we need to look at tax simplification. Our corporate tax is the second highest in the industrialized world. I think we need to put an end to all these ridiculous conversations that are being had about a value-added tax or a cap-and-trade tax. And of course, Obamacare is a big strain on the direction on the job creators as well, because it makes it difficult to calculate how much it's going to cost and how much of a bureaucratic nightmare it's going to be to hire more people or to keep certain people on.
To be fair, we have heard that argument from a lot of business owners CEOs who have come onto our program and talked about it. You said a mouthful there. Let me slow you down one moment here. I want to put on the screen our viewers so they know. Rasmussen reports the following on the current race. You're at 40%, Chris is at 30%, Kendrick Meek is at 21%. That looks good for you. Do you believe those numbers, 60-some-odd days out?
Well, you know, I've made it a policy in this race not to get excited or depressed about the polls. We've been down as far as 30. We've been up by a bunch in the primary as well. The important thing is the voters are now in the process of determining which one of these three candidates do I want to be the next U.S. Senator. And my argument here in Florida is very simple. I'm the only one running that's going to stand up to the things that are happening in Washington and who's offering a clear alternative. My two opponents, Kendrick Meek and Charlie Crist, do not support repealing Obamacare. My two opponents support cap and trade.
But Charlie Crist Charlie Crist wants to extend the tax credit for first-time home buyers. That was very successful until the program ran out. Meek favors tax breaks for small business and the middle class, not for the wealthy, though. Would those ideas be enough to pull Florida out of its mess?
Well, they're not. First of all, on the tax credit for home buyers, it's important to remember that as soon as the tax cut expired, we had a dramatic drop-off in sales, which leads to the argument that a lot of those sales were going to happen anyway and were being accelerated. Certainly, they were helpful to the people that made the buy, but is that a way to permanently get our real estate market healthy again? The answer is a better way to permanently get the real estate market healthy again is to create a pro-growth job environment, because people can't buy jobs if they can't buy homes if they don't have jobs or are not secure about their economic future. And as far as this class warfare, the people that the Democrats want to raise taxes on, they're 30% of consumer spending in America, and a third of those tax increases would go directly to small businesses who pay on the personal rate as S corporations. It would be a terrible policy to pursue in the middle of one of the worst economic downturns in modern American history.
Let me try and get to two more points quickly here. Debbie Wasserman Schultz is a Democratic congresswoman out of Florida. You know her well. She said the following on Sunday: there's a raging battle going on within the Republican Party for the heart and soul of the Republican Party. Is she onto something?
Well, I think the Republican Party, the raging battle is for America's future. That's the raging battle that's going on. And the people in Washington, D.C., including Congresswoman Wasserman Schultz and her party, are taking our country in a direction that will rob us of our exceptionalism. The debt they're going to leave our children with every single day, spending government money to grow the economy, that hasn't worked. Diminishing our national security and our standing in the world, that's not going to work. The bottom line is the American people have a very clear choice in this election. Do they want to continue to remain exceptional, or do we as a nation want to become like everybody else? That's the raging battle in America. And in Florida, the choice is clear.
You've talked a lot about that. Your parents are Cuban. And you said over the weekend on the screen, you say, I know firsthand that it's possible to lose your country because my parents lost theirs. Wow. How does the communist takeover of an island nation apply to America today, do you think?
Well, it's not the same thing in terms of level of intensity, but here's what we are losing are the things that make America exceptional. I mean, this is a nation where anyone from anywhere can accomplish anything. It's been exceptional for 230-some-odd years. And now the question is, do we want to stay that way, or are we prepared to allow our country to become just like any other country in the world? That's really the choice. And I'm arguing that if we stay on the road that Washington has put us on, we are going to become just like every other country in the world. I want us to re-embrace free enterprise, empower the entrepreneur and the risk taker to go out and start a business or expand an existing business. And if we do that, then I think our children and grandchildren are going to have the chance to be the most prosperous Americans in our history.
Marco Rubio, thank you for your time from the Sunshine State today. Good to see you.
Thank you, Bill.